Hey guys, Indulger coming at you with some more Fire Emblem Heroes. This is Aether Rage Week 123, Day 5. Although it doesn't really matter what day it is because it's a mock battles day, which means I take 3 people from my friends list who have indicated they want to be fought here on the program. The way you can do that is you simply leave a comment, take a look at the video description for full details on how you can be featured here on the show. Newcomers are preferred. All right, let's do 3 today. And I'll load it up. We're going to start here with Mr. M, who's got that nice, pretty cactar symbol, what we use to designate friends of the channel here on the show. Got Marth, +10. Is that your arena unit? Looks like pretty nice. I like it. I never managed to pull a Marth, Mr. M. I never managed to pull a Marth. What we're going to do here on the fight with Mr. M is just bum rush it with an Ike. Because I'm not supposed to. This is the reason I wanted to clear this. You challenged me. You laid down the gauntlet. You got a Bram with Hardy Bearing at #1. Okay, so that's an Ike killer. You got a Lin with Fire Sweep Bow. It's normally an Ike killer if we don't have Null Counter Disrupt. But this week we are running Null Counter Disrupt. You got a Leaf here who's basically an Ike counter as well. And you're even trying to say, I don't want Ike to counter attack with Wind Sleep. But again, Null Counter Disrupt Ike disrupts all of these things. And then you also have a Triandra. Ooh, that's going to come back to bite you with no weapon. I never agree with that. I just don't, because I just don't. It's going to give me free win when I get that Triandra by herself. Nana's here at +10. Palm Staff. Okay, I mean, the reason I guess people were going with Palm Staff is simply because I think it's free, right? It's the Grail unit, and it gives you more speed. So your Cav line is all about speed. You're doing a fantastic job here, Mr. M. Attack speed push. That's 7. You got attack speed slow. That's 13. That's an extra 5. 18. Now, I would go with plus speed, again, because I don't feel like you need the kill. You just need to make sure you outspeed your opponent. But I get it. If Nana, you got some really tricky things here with Nana that can get in the back line. And I could probably show them. Let me show you, like, one example of something that can do very well. Like, I can take most of these hits with anybody. Like, Lucina can take this hit. So let me just show you something very simple here, where, you know, I can hide. I can take this Nana hit.
Got it. Understood.
I can actually beat this Leaf, too, with my double airs this week. You're really not putting a lot of panic or pressure on my stats at all. There's no chills here, really. I can take that speed check. I can beat this Leaf. But what ends up happening, you got this reposition trick with your really annoying Python that we're going to meet here in a second, and you do something like that. So very well done. And then you get the Wings of Mercy jump with Bram. So you got a lot going on for you here. This is a really, really mean Cav line. It's very similar to what I run. Now you got a Bright Shrine here. Man, if you put a Panic Manor here, I don't know how I'm able to do this. Although maybe I can, because I'm going to actually pick on this side. But it's a gamble. It's a gamble, and I'm just telling you the only thing I could find with this team. And I might have been able to use another team, but I really just wanted to use my Ike team to beat this Leaf. So let's talk about how we do that. We got a Python here we haven't met yet at +8 with Speed Res, Lull Speed, and then Attack Death Solo with a Deadeye. Man, you just Ike Killer, Ike Killer, Ike Stopper with Fire Sweep, Ike Killer. And how pray tell am I going to beat this with Ike? Well, again, it's going to involve a gamble and come up here. I'm going to clog this Wings of Mercy. So let me set up and I'll be right back. I think I remember this is the solution. And it's going to involve some aerobatics peony action. And I have both of them this week with aerobatics. I'm leaning to have one to have Wings of Mercy, but we'll see what happens here. First off, I'm going to break this side so I can do something like this to get everybody to be able to jump and get Peony out of the way, okay? And then from here, it's a gamble. If it's the trap, I'm probably dead. If it's a high-level trap, I'm probably dead. But because Null Counter Disrupt Ike is here this week, I can do that, make the gamble, get that, and I can avoid this really annoying guard Python. So one of the low-key things that people don't really run too much is guard. So you literally took the guard weapon from who had that? Oh, man, I never remember that. Niles. I think it's Halloween Niles, if I'm not mistaken. And we got that for free. So, man, I'm just going to try to my best to avoid this Python. This whole side is just not something I want to deal with Ike. But it is manageable. Now, Leaf is strong against Ike, but isn't that not invalidating yourself when you win sweep? Doesn't that mean you don't get the follow-up? guaranteed follow-up attack, but you're taking that away, right? Isn't that the problem? I don't know if I agree with Wind Sweep. So let me show you what happens here. I think this is the configuration I want. So, Nana can't do any Nana things, and because you've got Wind Sweep, I can just kill you. And then from there, yeah, the 20 damage, Nana wastes her heal, and then doesn't die. This is very important. She doesn't die, and then here comes Lynn, because she can still attack me, and then to wrap this up, we've got this Wings of Mercy Bram, and then from here, it's pretty much home free. I just need to choke this Python so he can't escape. Bram by himself is not going to be able to do much, and again, because you have this Dancer here with no ability to attack me, although she wouldn't get an attack off anyway, I can just simply let this play out. Let Python hit me. Would have been better if he would have, actually went down, or sorry, here, so I could finish him off, but it's okay. I know this is a trap now. I don't have anything to worry about in this space, so I don't have to really play this conservative at all. From here, I can get the pots. And Triandra's going to be a little butt and just sit there, which is fine, I guess. And then I can finish this out. So, Mr. M, I mean, again, that's a gamble. That's a gamble play. I mean, does that count? If you simply switch the trap, I'm probably dead. I mean, I don't know if you're running a 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever you have, but if you looked at the numbers there, I think Ike's going to need quick riposte to finish off some folks there. And but I'm just shocked that I was able to beat that with Ike. Ike just surprises me every day. So you went really heavy fire sweep there. So you are very vulnerable to a null counter disrupt. So just pointing that out. All right, on to the next one. Next is BraveBlitz. It's doing fairly well on Vault of Heaven. Let's see what we've got on their unit that they're featuring. Oh, Burrow. We got Courtly Candle. Okay, you killed an L for that? Oh no, Eldigan. No. Okay. BB, well, I'm going to show you how I can just Ike bomb this. And what do we want to do? I think we want to start over here. I'm going to pick on this Aether you have, and then we'll eventually pick that up. So let's talk about the team. We've got a Silas at plus 10. It's a Lunge Trap, Gale Force, but with no assist. I don't know how he gets involved, because he's outside the healing tower range. Now, we're going to eventually pick him off, and he's got great defense, but I don't know how you're protecting the boy, because, again, a Bolt Tower in one of these lanes, which are very common, especially very common Bolt Tower here, he's just going to fall easily. And, again, the way your healing tower is set up, this whole row is just very vulnerable. And then, again, much like other folks have been... much like we saw in the previous fights, it's a gamble, right? So, in this week, it's a fairly rare configuration to see these null counter disrupt Ikes, but I guess it's just sort of the theme of the week. Null counter disrupt Ike is going to just ruin people's day. Now, look, I see your Altina trying to stop Lynn, and that's a good spot for that duo hindrance. Now, you are just wide open with his Altina. I mean, are you Reinhardtable here? I don't know. I don't have an Altina, so I don't play with her around that much. I just know that if she encounters an Ike, I think her best friend might be somebody that can cool down her special. She is an infantry, right? I mean, man, if you had like literally Sakura, which you can't do because they're the same HP. Although, did you give them any flowers? Yeah, you did. 15 flowers, no flowers. Well, it's unfortunate. If you had some infantry here to give a little bit of infantry pulse, just in that spot. What you could do is make sure Altina can fight an Ike a little better because it'll reduce the damage. However, if you fight an Ike one-on-one, you're going to die because you're not going to get that off. It's the problem that every Altina has here. So, alright, again, what else do we have to play with? We got a Hell here, pretty basic Hell, nothing to really discuss there. Barb Shuriken Sakura. You really like this Sakura, huh? Well, I mean, I see that you really do. I just don't know what she does for you. She's fairly weak. Barb Shuriken's going to, get that Moonbow, but in this grand scheme of things, this is not a really strong unit, although you are, again, going very difficult for me to pierce this But a quick riposte will stop that as well, because I'm going to blow away that speed. It's not that great a speed, and you're going pure defense and impact. So, I mean, I get it. Okay, when I first saw this occur, I was like, she's not too, nothing to worry about too much. But, you know, with the impact there, it is something that we'll talk about when it comes along. And then you got, again, this Rolf. Hold on a minute. Dog, stop barking. Alright, apologies. What else? I think we've talked about everybody else. Pretty basic L with Fortress Defense. 60 defense. Holy moly. So, alright, let's get started. I think I'm just gonna take this out so I can get this Aether real quick. I mean, you're protecting it slightly, but yeah, I mean, I see you're trying to protect it against, you know, an air attack, but it's not gonna be able to hold up too much. Well, that was stupid, actually. I think I did that wrong. We'll see if that comes bite me in the butt here in a minute, but what I'm gonna do is just get this Aether to start.
Understood. Leave it to me.
I don't think it'll be a problem. Alright, Bolt Tower's gone off. Healing Tower's gonna heal these folks. Any Wings of Mercy to worry about? We do have, yes, you. So maybe that's the point. Maybe you do want... I mean, I do something very similar with my configuration on my Dark IP team, is if you actually have some Wings of Mercy over here, and you assume someone's going to run a Bolt Tower, yeah, that can work. So let's see if it does. But I'm just gonna simply plop Ike over here in this little spot. This Catapult is not beating my Healing Tower. We really don't have Catapult 8 yet, so just note that. Cav School is the bonus unit this week. You've also leveled that up. I just don't agree with leveling up any of these schools. I very much prefer the hindrances and the Healing Towers and the Shrines. But at your mileage may vary. You can do whatever you want. I probably wanted Peony over here to buff. I don't think I can do that now. Not exactly the greatest configuration here, but let's just do something like this. And again, because only the two are going to be healed, and this Rolf is not going very defensive. He just dies, one shot. And then from here, you waste a dance with Ether Bomb boy Silas. You get the jump. Again, there's just nothing there because Ike's strong. Ike's strong. So, do you encounter this all the time? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to pick on this Altina again.
I'll tread lightly. Your orders.
Just going to shove up there. And then...
Yes. Maybe... Good morning.
Double Peony buff, so I'm going to get these double buffs. And then Lucina. And at this point, let's see what Altina can do. Again, no duo needed to clear this. And she's just not going to get her special off. And that's it. And then from here,
leave it to me. Yes.
I'm gonna leave it to Ike.
Understood. Morning.
And that's my solution to your team. So, if we do that again, for example, and we don't do anything, if we just go deep into it, what happens? So again, much like the previous fight, you are vulnerable to null counter disrupt. If I just Ike plop, you know, what is it? Is that any better? And one of the things here is with a dual dancer, I want to talk about your traps. It is a good trap setup because, you know, what happens here is if I did want to test it, you have to have dual dancers to sort of get out of this. And in this case, I can't, you know, actually I can.
What's next?
I can do this cute little maneuver to get out of the way here so I can heal. So that's another sort of thing I tried. And if I do that, you know, can we just plop this like this? Let's just do something like that. Let's just bait that Rolf.
Maybe this way.
And then come along over here, get outside of the brains of that Tactics room. So this is what I'm talking about. Well, this Silas wins. So he just won't. He just can't stop an Ike. So even if, you know, I mean, let's just say I don't have that. What happens to that fire sweep? I think what happens is the Rolf just sits there, and then that's exactly what broke down. I should be able to beat the Rolf, and then from here... Okay, are you ready or not? Jeez, Peony. And then and again, it should be the similar action of what just occurred.
Got it. What's next? Good morning. Ready.
But maybe not. We'll find out. If Hell goes first, does it make any difference for Altina? Because she's still going to put me in Aether range. And no. So there you go. I don't know if that gives you any feedback, but it is Ikeable. And I don't know if I need no counter disrupt. Honestly, I can just sort of draw them out. So, thanks for the fight, BraveBlitz. Let's do one more. All right, next and last, but certainly not least, we've got Asteres, longtime friend of the channel, sporting that beautiful little cactar emoji. I mean, you could call it. I don't know if it's actually kanji, or I think it's a Chinese symbol for fire, what we discussed in Discord. Pretty Klein. I just feel like Klein's been outclassed by everybody. Poor Klein. But we're not going to see Klein today. We're going to see a pretty monstrous melee cav ball. Little mini cav ball with Yoon in the corner for the bonus week. So, Asteres, I believe I've seen this before. You have featured this Walhart Kemp Elliewood combo before, but I'm going to show you a little different way I'm able to take this down, and it's going to be Claude, and it's going to be so simple. You're going to be so disappointed in how easy this is. I'm going to show you why, just why here exactly. And we featured Claude yesterday. We got a Triandra here, pretty basic Triandra. They're going. This is a ward team. So this is literally a ward stacking team trying to stop the new duo Lin. We got a Duo's Hindrance in the corner, pretty good. I mean, yeah, I could get it, but it's hard. It really is hard, and then I have to have somebody that could get it. I have to follow up with you 3, really. So there is probably a scenario where I could clear this stuff off, come here. It's still hard, though. I'd have to come here. I don't know. I actually don't know how. I have to be a ranged unit, so I could come here, smite, break it, and then potentially break you and somebody else. So, I don't know how you avoid that, actually. When we got the 2 dancers, especially if I brought a Milla, I could shut one of them down and just maybe try to bait the Sigurd. So, there is possibly a vulnerability over here, but I'm not going to pick on that here today. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Pretty good shrines. Again, Cavalry School for the bonus structure this week. Lunge, drag back, lunge, Gale Force, and then pure defense. So, you know, I could show you how this works with Ike, but I think I've done this before, so I don't think you need that feedback. But you pretty much massacre it, because in each one of these spots, it's very difficult to tank, even with a no counter disrupt. So, no counter disrupt will screw with Kemp's Venom Edge, and but it's just too much. As we've seen throughout the years here, throughout the months, is that Elliewood is just a monstrous Ike counter, and I cannot clear this with Ike. I will give you that. You were able to beat this Ike team. However, I can still have some fun here with Claude. The first thing I'm going to do is go after this Aether that's pretty much you're giving me for free right here, right now. So I'm going to get that. And I'm going to roll back and then put Claude back in this position. I don't really know if I need Milla's help here. But what we're going to do is just do a smite play. And normally this would leave me in a dangerous position, because I'm going to have to move up here, dance. And I think you realize this. I mean, the way you set this map up, before Claude's introduction, this was perfect. Because if I want to pick on this unit, it's really hard to get away, because these melee calves are making this very difficult. But, you know, you are in very dangerous lane territory with Bolt Tower. I'd say 80% of the people that run Bolt Tower are probably going to put it here or here. And, you know, it's going to allow me to pick on this Kemp. So, I'm just going to shut down this Sigurd to try to make sure that he doesn't do anything silly with Milla. And then I'm just going to end turn. I'm going to let this Bolt Tower go off.
Let's go.
So I featured Claude yesterday, and I made a new sort of mini sub-series of AR. I'm calling it my training series. I might, if I was any better at editing, I would probably use this as an example too, because man, Claude is just perfect for these things that you just can't beat any other way. So I'm going to smite up here. That's all I'm going to do. Didn't really matter if that was a trap or not. It doesn't really matter if, you know, Peony's in danger zone because gravity, you have no way of stopping the gravity. So we talked about this yesterday. Once Chem falls, we talked about this yesterday in the format. If there's a structure that removed this stuff, I know there's odd recovery, and that's one of the only things other than a restore trap. But, you know, you can stop them in these restore traps with an isolation. That would probably ruin Claude, so we'll see if IS sort of swings the pendulum back. But look what I've done here. I've gravity all 3 of these units. That means these calves can't do anything. They're just dead on arrival. I've stopped this stance, and these 2 are just going to fight me, and they're not strong enough together to beat me up. Although you do have this Raw Raven, but I think ironically, what's funny here is that he's going to go first because he matches up better, and then you do have this aerobatics here, which is going to be your downfall. This Triandra.
Smart move.
And they're just gonna fall pretty easily here. So I'm gonna ruse them just for the heck of it because I like the sound. They get all their HP back, and I'm not gonna be able to finish this Sigurd. He's actually pretty bulky. But it doesn't matter. Even if he doesn't die, everybody's in my face. For some reason, you want to just... I don't know if I agree with that pivot. If she doesn't pivot, I might maybe a little bit more difficult to follow through here. But, you know, and then... Okay, so I do have to worry about this wall heart potentially, but once we start knocking some of these folks down, you know, can we beat this Elliewood?
Right.
Not yet, but what I can do is I can get the Yoon done and break this Elliewood from moving any farther. Let's do, yeah, we want to do that because we want to shut down this Elliewood in case I can't beat him. And then... I really hope I can break this wall hard. What if I can't? I don't remember him, like, not dying for me here.
The glimmer of life.
Could we ruse? Let's ruse.
Death's caress. Good morning.
Let's go.
And yeah, that will fell him. So we shut down the Elliewood, and then we have the Sigurd who's going to be healing towered. But you've given him Triangle of Depth, so I feel pretty confident Peony can take him down. And then we're just going to move Mill out of the way because we don't want that. And now finally we've got Elliewood here.
What's this?
What's this? Well, did we get that? Why didn't I get that Aether? Can I run away? Looks like I'm going to have to run away for a minute. I hope he doesn't come here, because that's going to be a problem if he does that.
As you say.
Could I get cute and just take a hit from Layla? How much speed are you getting? I'm going to force the issue here. I think I should be able to survive this. I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that you don't do anything silly. And then just finish this Elliewood. So let me come back here and just show the viewers at home how just disgusting this is in terms of if I tried to tank this. Because it is really gross. Oh, I lost you again. Why did you do this to me, game? I just didn't want to pause. And yeah, there we go. So, again, if I try to do something with an Ike here, even with no counter disrupt, in each position I do it, it's just not going to work for me. Even with these super speedy peonies in the corners. Everybody's just really bulky. Kemp. Just this multiple splash damage. Even with the flash, it doesn't matter. He's going to get Gale Force off. Keep spinning me around. Spin me right round, baby, right round. Ike is just taking so many hits. By the time he gets up there, it's over. So, I really like just the core team, the core dynamics, and you really are punishing enemy phase greatly. Again, if I try in a different position. I don't think I found anything that lets me... It's not exactly perfect there. But, you know, if Kemp starts us off, he's bulky enough to survive an Ike. I mean, maybe I got lucky with a Yoon there because she didn't kill anybody. But once again, it's always going to put me in position to fight this stupid Elliewood, and he's just going to be able to kill things, and it's the exact same thing. So the whole point of this is, I mean, I'm just going to keep talking while I showed just the last piece, is that this is a very good set. So if you're really worried about enemy phase, You know what Asteres is showing here is pretty good. I don't think I have any more feedback in terms of making this deadly to an enemy phase. Now, if I brought a strong blue here, like a Hector, you're going to have to tell me if Hector can deal with this. I feel like Hector should be able to deal with the Ellie would at least, but then I don't know what happens after that. But as you can see, in every position here, I get freaking just blown away. This is the best I've found, it looks like. I almost survived that. But, you know, it's just not going to work, so... I will say that, man, Claude is just so helpful. I mean, the way you have your configuration, I can stop all the melee calves and then just beat up on the ranged units and dancers. So, hope you found that useful and informative. Again, Claude, you guys, everyone is paying attention to Lynn, but I think you guys need to worry about Claude more. Claude just sort of trivializes a lot of these setups, and I really do think if you have the opportunity to pick him up on the next Legendary banner and you don't have him, man, he's probably my favorite player phase unit. Alright, that's enough gushing over Claude. That'll do it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, please subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Well, yeah, I guess we'll talk to you. I don't know. Shut up, dogs. Bye, guys.